Playtime at Yuying Primary School in Washington, D.C. But this is a school with a difference.
我喜欢 learning Chinese 因为我可以 learn more and then I can have more friends.
Yuying is a Chinese immersion school. This means kids here learn subjects in Chinese. As China develops, the popularity of learning Mandarin is growing. Almost all America's 50 states now offer Chinese lessons at school, but few are as intensive as this one.
我是丹尼，我是9岁。我觉得中文真好，因为他们吃很好东西。他们吃便面，他们吃饺子、糖果，很多好吃的东西。我觉得我大的时候我要去中国。
Around 360 children attend the school. The youngest are 4 years old. But they're not the only ones studying.
Once our teachers come to our school, we have a 2-week training program that they participate in, and it's not just classroom management, but it's also cultural, sort of the cultural uniqueness of being Chinese and teaching American kids, but it's also Chinese literacy, like teaching the kids how to read and write Chinese, not just writing but handwriting, because everything is taught. Reading, writing, listening, speaking, science, history, math, it's all taught in Chinese.
Some may think learning Chinese is too difficult for children so young, but program coordinator Pearl Yo disagrees.
It's really challenging for some kids, but we all know that it's easier for us to learn a language if we start from a young age, right? So in the school, the idea of doing Chinese immersion is that we try to help the kids to pick up the language naturally.
But what about the parents? Sarah Perkins works at the school as a grant writer. Both her kids attend. But was she worried about teaching them such a difficult language?
Not at all. It really didn't cross my mind. I saw it more as a benefit to them. There have been studies that show that learning Chinese increases critical and analytical thinking, and I just thought it was a great opportunity.
Back in the classroom, Danny seems to agree.
它不这么难，它是一点难 but 我很喜欢这个，因为我学一个新的 language， 还有它不很难的。
Just like its students, Yuying is also young. It only opened a few years ago. But it already has plans to start a high school once these kids graduate.
Accessing of language and 2 words and 2 concepts and 2 systems of language. We're developing these huge pathways in the brain. We are changing the neuroscience of their brain. It's completely physiologically changing every time we teach them something. It does increase the capacity of their brain. And the research does show that if you learn 2 languages, now you absolutely are able to learn a 3rd with ease because you've got a few skills in place. Reasoning skills, visual spatial skills, creativity, faster decision-making skills, memory advantages. They're more able to multitask. They have improved listening skills. They have a level of abstract thinking that matures the brain so much faster than the monolingual people, and it transfers to so many other skills. And it's already exhibited as young as kindergarten. The top language times is between 6 and 13. That's when all of our language, the researchers at UCLA in particular, that's when all language has its greatest period of growth. After about 12 or 13 years old, we are pretty much hardwired as far as what phonemes we're really going to be able to hold in that system.
According to research by the Federation of American Scientists, the total U.S.-China trade was $5 billion in 1981. In 2011, it rose to more than $500 billion. China is currently the United States' 2nd largest trading partner, its 3rd largest export market, its biggest source of imports.
When I went to China,
aside from its economic importance, many Americans are attracted to China's culture, including music, art, and historic attractions. People from all over the world are eager to ascend the Great Wall, the world's largest man-made structure. China is one of the 4 ancient civilizations and the only one in continuous existence until today. Confucianism, a philosophy that influences lives throughout East Asia, originated more than 2,500 years ago. Peking Opera, with its unique performance and singing style, attracts artists from all nations. Today, numerous Chinese cultural elements influence Americans' lives. We can see evidence in gyms, movies, shopping malls, and schools. Educational cooperation between the U.S. and China is increasing. Many Chinese students study in the U.S., and increasing numbers of American students visit China is to create future opportunities. As cooperation between the U.S. and China is increasing, many companies are hiring people with Chinese language skills, such as international businesses, hotels, and the tourism industry.
We're trying, like never before, to institute programs for young kids that will make them lifelong learners. Now, why is it important that we begin creating lifelong learners? Well, when our kids step out of school and when they begin to step onto the world stage, and I say the world stage is anywhere on this great planet of ours because we're such an interconnected, globalized economy, they need to understand the world. And moreover, they need the skills that will allow them to be competitive, regardless of what they choose to do. And we know full well that the kids these days, and I would say that in China things are probably roughly the same, particularly along the eastern seaboard where there are many opportunities. Our kids are going to have 3, 4, or 5 different jobs during the course of their career. And they're going to need to be fast on their feet. They're going to need to be studious and inquisitive and curious, regardless of where they go. So what is important for us and our teachers in our schools is to begin at a very early age to make our kids lifelong learners.
Er 口目字眉手